This is a story called The Little Monsters, Chapter 173. The gang are grounded after going on a pub crawl, bunking off school and getting caught. The gang are on their way to school with the little kids when Bumpy asks, "What are we going to do today after school?" "I don't know, but I'm sure we'll think of something," said Stampy. Then Grumpy said, "I can't be bothered with school today. I'm going home for my bike and skateboard, and then I'm going to the Randall skate park. Are you lot coming too?" "I am," said Creeper. "I am," said Stumpy. "I am," said Bumpy. "Me too," said Stampy. "And me," said Kicker. "Yeah, but what are we going to do tonight?" asked Stampy. "I have an idea," said Stumpy. "Uh-oh, look out guys, Stumpy wants to go somewhere where he can eat non-stop all night," said Grumpy. "Good idea, Grumpy, but I weren't going to say that," said Stumpy. "What were you going to say, Stumpy?" asked Kicker. "I was going to say, why don't we go on a pub crawl because we haven't done that in ages," answered Stumpy. "Great idea, Stumpy. All I want to know is what's the world coming to when you have an idea that doesn't involve food," said Kicker. They all laughed and then Grumpy said, "What are we going to tell our parents?" "The same thing we always tell them, that we're having a sleepover," said Bumpy. "Oh yeah, why didn't I think of that?" said Grumpy. They all laughed again and then they sneaked back home, got their bikes and skateboards, and then they made their way to the Randall skate park. They stayed there until 2 p.m. and then they sneaked back home, dropped their bikes and skateboards off, and then they went to pick up the little kids from school. When they got home, the big kids told their parents that Grumpy was having a sleepover, and Grumpy told his parents that Stampy was having a sleepover. Then they told them that they were going to the skate park. However, they didn't go to the skate park, they went straight to the hideout to get ready for their pub crawl. They looked a lot older than 14, even older than 18. They all took their used backpacks so that they could steal some booze to leave at the hideout. When they got to the first pub, they had no problem getting served alcohol. However, every time the staff were busy or they turned their backs, the kids seized the opportunity to steal as much booze as they could. After about 2 hours, they decided to move on to the next pub. When they got there, they went straight to the bar and had no problem getting served. The pub was absolutely jam-packed and the staff were extremely busy, so the kids helped themselves to loads of alcohol and put it all in their backpacks. After a while, they went on to the next pub, and again they had no problem getting served. This time someone left the keys to the cellar in the cellar door, so Kicker took them. Then they went down and took a load more booze. By the time they got to the next pub, they were already quite drunk, but they didn't care. They just carried on drinking. When they left that pub, they decided to go to 2 more pubs, and then they got the bus home. At first, they were going to go to the hideout, but they changed their minds and went to a pub instead. When they got there, the place was jam-packed and the staff were incredibly busy, so they helped themselves to whatever they wanted. However, what they didn't realise is that Kicker's older brother Scott was there with his friends, and he'd seen them and called his parents. They called the other parents and they made their way to the pub. However, Grumpy saw them and he said to the others, "Oh no, guys, our parents are here. Quick, let's go through the cellar." They all ran down into the cellar and out of the door where the deliveries were taken. They went on to the next pub, and after they'd been there for about 10 minutes, their parents grabbed them from behind and dragged them outside. Kicker's dad said to them, "Just what the hell do you kids think you're playing at? How many times have we told you kids that you're not allowed to drink until you're 18 years old? You know that it's illegal, so why do you keep doing it?" The kids just laughed and ran off. They went to the hideout and stayed there overnight. The next day was a school day, but they didn't go. They decided to go to the Randall skate park instead. When they got there, a member of staff came up to them and said, "Hey guys, are you aware that we're expanding?" "No, we're not. Does that mean you'll be closing for a while?" said Kicker. "No, we'll be open whilst the work's going on. We're just expanding. This part will still be here, but there'll be bigger bike tracks and a bigger skate park. The amusements will be 3 times as big as it is now. There'll also be a leisure centre with a huge pool and water slides, suitable for everyone, big or small," said Alison, the staff member. "That sounds amazing. I can't wait for it all to be finished," said Grumpy. "I know, we're all excited," said Alison. The kids stayed there for a couple of hours and then they went back to the hideout, got changed into their school uniforms to make it look like they'd been to school, and then they picked up the little ones. When they went home, their parents tried to ground them, but they just walked out. That night they went back to the hideout, got changed and went on a pub crawl. This time they stayed in town. When they got to the first pub, they got served with no problem at all. When the staff were busy, the kids helped themselves to what they wanted. After a few hours, they moved on to a different pub. However, someone who knew them had seen them and alerted their parents. When their parents arrived, Bumpy saw them and she told the others. They decided to go to a nightclub further in town. However, what they didn't realise is that their parents had seen them and followed them. When they got to them, Stumpy's dad said, "You kids are grounded until we tell you otherwise. That's not just for underage drinking, it's for bunking off school too." The kids just laughed and ran off again. They went to another club deeper in town and stayed there until the club closed, and then they got the night rider bus and went back to the hideout. The next day they didn't go to school. They just went to the Randall skate park and then back to the hideout again. That night they went out on another pub crawl, but this time their parents were following them. They sneaked up behind them, grabbed them, dragged them outside and forced them into their cars. When they got home, their parents told them that they were grounded and banned from seeing each other until further notice. The school told them that they had to do lunchtime detention and a 5-hour detention every day, including Saturday and Sunday. They were also told by the school that they'd be doing their detention separately in separate classrooms. Of course, they didn't take any notice as they continued to go on pub crawls and to bunk off school. I mean, why would they? They are little monsters after all, aren't they? They wouldn't be the Little Monsters gang if they did take notice now, would they? I mean, seriously, they wouldn't, would they? End of chapter 173. Hope you like it, guys. Oh, thanks for watching. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to like, share, comment and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, please feel free to like, share, comment and to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya. Love yous. Bye.